I mean online, in online form, called Solaria. And it was in 1996, and the internet is just introduced in Hungary, and the World Wide Web, I think, everywhere in the world. And I was one of its editors, and this online community started growing very fast, because more and more people came and joined to the internet at that time, and we started organizing meetups first, and then realized that there are many clubs in Hungary, in different cities. So, and also we realized there is a national science fiction convention, which there are usually, when there are 30 to 100 people, people who knew each other, of course. And then we went there, and there where I met Sándor and other friends. And so everything started forming, and we created an association, merely for, to unite the people and have general information sharing ability over the internet. So that's the story, how it started. And then in 2000, I worked as a journalist and decided to stop doing that. And I wanted to go back to my original profession, to develop applications, enterprise applications. So I was hired by a company, and they wanted to start a new department or a new business to develop enterprise softwares. And at that time, this company worked on online games. And this company hired, for example, Sándor as an author to help at this game, to write stories. And I was there as a developer, but this business soon collapsed, I mean the development part, because of the government changed or something happened. So I find myself very soon that we started a publisher and started publishing books. And then we started the Átjáró magazine.
Yeah.
I always confuse between the magazines and guns and
definitely magazine.
Okay.
Magasin in French is a shop.
It's a shop.
Yes, un grand magasin.
Okay.
Magasin. So do not say magasin, because they will think you opened a shop.
Yeah, probably it would be better to open a shop. I mean, it generates more funds for you. Yeah, so we started this magazine, Átjáró Gateway. At that time in Hungary there was no printed magazine, because Galactica, which ran for 30 years, from the 70s, is finished in 1995. After the system changed, they was alive for 5 or 6 years. And
we all know that Galactica has risen again.
Yes.
And is currently a center of scandal and controversy.
Yeah.
But we do not wash our dirty laundry in public yet. We need some beer before we wash the dirty laundry.
We can share every information for beers. Yeah, so we started this magazine after we went to Bratislava for I think that was my first foreign convention. No, we was in Sotyabor, in near to Prague first, when we met George R. R. Martin and others, and then next year went to Bratislava, and what was really shocking that this country, which is a bit smaller than Hungary, at that time they had a magazine printed in 10,000 copies or something like that, amazing numbers, and we said, how is it possible here? And how is it not possible in Hungary? Why nobody can start a magazine in Hungary and sell a couple of thousand of copies, which is suitable to live for years? I mean, for a magazine, not for us, of course. So we decided we will try it. And then the next year, in 2001, the first issue appeared, and then we published bi-monthly one issue until 2004 or 2005, when we finished because of financial issues. But parallel to the magazine, we started organizing conventions. It happened accidentally because we just wanted to celebrate Átjáró magazine's first birthday. And somebody told us that Patrick Stewart is in the city filming with Glenn Close some Shakespeare adaptation. And we thought, okay, just one email, ask him. Maybe he can come, he would like to come. And he said yes, he'll come for free. And
it is wonderful when people come for free.
Yes.
Sometimes you find in Hungary that you need to combine with Star Wars and Star Trek fandom, so you need to invite a personality, actor or actress, and you cannot have Mark Hamill because he costs $25,000 per hour. So you have lesser people.
It's always tricky. I mean, it was always tricky because to have a big convention you need names.
Yes.
And usually you need names from TV series or films, and you need some authors, to have some quality as well. And we tried to invite Mark Hamill as well, but he was too expensive. So in the next years, but we had very good guests from Star Trek and Star Wars, and I don't know, a lot of TV series. Basically we tried to invite or minor actors who is interesting.
Yes.
Or which was very suitable. That in Bonn, in Germany, there is a large Star Trek convention every year. So they invite guests from the States, and we had the opportunity to pay for their travel from Germany to Hungary, and they flew back from Hungary.
I remember that Mira Furlani was a particularly wonderful guest, and I remember that Darth Vader was not totally suitable, as we discovered. Because I should not gossip. However, Darth Vader has lived for the last 30 years by signing his name. His voice was not in the film. He did not do any actions. He just walked. And you could not see him because of the uniform, but he's very important. I remember at the convention in Chalgatarian that Darth Vader became angry with me because I was talking to fans. And he says, be professional. And somebody was interviewing Darth Vader, and the closing ceremony started, so Darth Vader went on stage. And the interviewer came afterwards to say, can we continue the interview? And Darth Vader said, no, you fool, the convention has finished. And then Darth Vader went to complain to one of the organizers and said, some fool expected me to continue to work. And the person he complained to happened to be the best friend of the interviewer. But then, it was all very comical. Now, what else? Oh, yes, Darth Vader. He loved the Hungarian sweet white wine because he has not just one sweet tooth, but about 34 sweet teeth. So he said to the organizers, I like the Hungarian sweet white wine. Take me to a red winery. And the organizer said, but Lord Vader, the Hungarian red wine is not sweet like the white wine which you love. And he said, take me to a red winery. So the organizers took him to a red winery. And what is more, they sent to him in London a box of the best Hungarian red wines, which are wonderful. And Darth Vader replied with an email saying, these wines were not to my taste, so I poured them down the sink. Now, this proves one thing, that Darth Vader has no friends, because what do you do with a bottle of wine that you do not quite like? You say to your neighbor, here is the best Hungarian red wine, would you like it? But Darth Vader has no neighbors and no friends. I should not interrupt you, but
No.
these are the kind of problems which organizers of conventions do have.
Yes, and we agreed with Dave Prose that after the convention, we went together to Lake Balaton and spent the week there, which was a big mistake. And I was there with him in Veszprém. It's a lovely city, and you must know that he was a heavy lifter, and therefore his both hip was not removed. What is it, changed or?
Yeah, he probably has new hips or something.
New
like
hips,
that.
yeah. Some implants there.
Yeah.
And we were sitting in the castle there, in a cafe terrace, and just decided to go. And he told me, Peter, I cannot stand up. I said, why? Because my hip is dislocated.
So you immediately took him?
No.
Oh, no, okay.
And I asked, what shall I do now? Call the ambulance, please. And I did that, and we went to the hospital where he had the surgery. Just no cut, surgery. They put it back. Yeah. And there was a funny story there because when he was pulled into the X-ray room, there was a fun because in the newspaper, local newspaper, there was a 2-page advertisement or a 2-page article about Darth Vader is in our city. Hey, come and see you, and you can catch him anywhere. And one of the guy was there sitting, and I just saw that he started following him, Dave Prose, into the X-ray room. And I said, where are you going? I'm going to ask a picture. Make a picture. And I said, this is not the place where Darth Vader is making a picture together with fans. This is a place where he's making on his own.
Who wants a picture of Darth Vader when you can have an X-ray picture of Darth Vader?
So now it is funny and it's fun, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't ezy to cope with the situation.
You have my sympathies, yes.
Yeah, and you have mine as well. Organizing conventions is not easy. Yeah, so we did it, and that's why I decided to stop doing that after several years, because it was too much stress and it is better to have a job and earn a lot of money.
Oh yeah, how do you do that? How do you?
I went to a company and they hired me.
I have been working for 2 years for no money, organizing Eurocon. This shows that I am stupid.
No, it's fun and I think it's a good thing, but I decided I cannot live on this because I have my own company at that time. Working together with friends, but it wasn't easy to run the magazine. Then after finished, do the conventions. So I decided to go for going back to IT and.
Yeah, and you also write science fiction because you started years ago and then you stopped.
Yes.
But in our wonderful souvenir book of the Eurocon is the first chapter of Peter. Yes. You must sign that contract. We have the first chapter of Peter's new novel.
Yeah, it may be a novel.
But propaganda.
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, it's jolly good.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you want to ask a question? We love participation by the audience. Louder.
Yeah, how you guessed it? she was the editor.
All right, yes. Yeah.
What an accident you are here.
Yeah, this is strange. I edited the English translation by Peter. Well, we must have a drink afterwards. Yeah, and the designer chose a special picture to illustrate.
Really?
Yeah, have you not looked at your
No.
beautiful story?
I will. I didn't have time.
Yeah. And the book designer asked for ideas about what to put in, because he could not read the story in English, for example. So I made a few suggestions, and I think the illustration is almost appropriate.
Great.
Yeah. You can tell me later if it is.
Yes, yes.
I mean, it is not demonic, but it looks like a gigantic 50-meter tall golem in the middle of war-torn Budapest.
That's good, I think.
Okay.
I will check it.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. You want to ask a question? Yes. Speak loudly.
Sorry?
What's the book about?
Oh, the story.
The story.
It is set. Maybe you are the author. Maybe you should explain.
Yeah, originally I was asked to write a short story for an anthology this spring, and the anthology's topic was gates and passages, passages.
Pastiche.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
Gates and gateways. Sorry, gateways. Yeah.
Oh, gateways.
Gateways.
Yeah. Atiarok.
Atiaro. Yeah, exactly like our
I guessed
magazine.
the plural of a Hungarian word.
Yeah. He started learning Hungarian.
I can count to 3.
Yeah, and you.
Edi, kettő, három.
That's perfect.
But I have not learned 4. That is too difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. So the original concept was this gates and gateways, fantasy, and I started thinking about I don't want to write a classic heroic fantasy story about gates, so I decided to put it in Budapest and selected World War II, a bit alternative history because World War II is didn't end in 1945. It's still at the end, but we are in 46. Because Americans is invading Budapest, Moscow is a bit busy with the demons, so they are not participating in the end game. And there are try to imagine a story how to close a gate with demons, and there if you write such a story, you must go through the gate because that's if you don't do that, there is no reason. So that's the story about. There is 2 protagonists, and they try to close the gate, and there is a sphinx involved in it as well.
Yeah, every story should have a sphinx in it.
Yes.
In fact,
and the woman, of course.
And a woman, yes. Women are necessary in stories.
Yes.
And in fact, people who have read it became excited and suggested that you continue this and turn it into a complete novel.
Yes. Yeah. So I received very good feedbacks and very bad as well because, but that's quite okay. So if I will have time, I will do that. But I think I have to put more into this story because I have to start in a different place, maybe in Italy, where the invasion starts. I mean, with the American forces, and put more.
Yeah, so you must travel to Italy now for research.
Yeah, or try to be Jules Verne, who sat in his own.
Yeah, this is completely true. He sat at home and he wrote about these wonderful voyages all around the world.
Yeah. Looking Wikipedia. No.
Yeah, he didn't have a Wikipedia. That's the thing. He had.
He had a library.
He had a library. Oh yes.
I have a monthly subscription of internet, so it's cheaper. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think so. We'll see.
I'm trying to encourage him as much as possible because, chapter 1, I call it chapter 1, not the short story. Chapter 1 is really jolly good.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's not usual to have a fan guest of honor who is also an author. You are now an author.
Yeah. It's... Okay, yes.
Don't be modest.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay, I tell you why.
Yes.
Now, I'm
Igen. Yeah.
I thought about it and spoke with friends about this topic, from where you are an author. And in Hungary, we have very successful book series. Mm-hmm. written by very bad authors, really very bad authors at the moment, and a lot of young people are buying them. And I tried to read one of these books, and I decided, yes, I'm an author, because I can put two sentences together.
Yeah. In Hungarian, it is easier to say no always because it is one syllable, nem, whereas to say yes, igen, requires two syllables.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So okay.
But you can say nem igen.
Ah.
Yeah, the language is very tricky, not easy. It's you call this a Klingon language.
Yeah. That was Roberto who called it Klingon.
Really, I didn't know that.
I think
started.
I think he called it Klingon. I would not call it Klingon.
Okay.
It sounds different to me. Dothraki. I know. Yeah. Okay. Now. You are still involved in the organizing of conventions now.
Yes.
As Toastmaster, Master of Ceremonies.
Yes, and presenter. We have this national convention, Hungarocon, every year, and for 3 or 5, for 4 years, participating. I try to be participate as minor as possible. I mean, and I'm interested in the literature part, so I'm very proud this year because. We organized a complete panel in Hungarocon about literature, and the room was full. Every presentation was full of people, and there was one presentation where 3 or 4 lines, people in 3 or 4 lines stand behind the chairs as well. So it was a surprise for me because when we started this year, I saw the original program plan. And I said, there is not too much about literature. There is a lot about cosplay and, the games and, the most interesting part, most fancy, we can say that part. But there was no literature, no authors invited. So I put some more panels with friends put together and then invited authors, and it was very successful. So
I'm very much in favor of inviting authors because I write books. I don't write games, and and I don't do cosplay, only to a limited extent. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I have a question. Here in Spain, this cosplay thing is also very popular.
It depends. You can like last weekend we had like the manga convention. So there was a lot of cosplay there. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had like the video game convention. And there was also cosplay there, but not as much cosplay as in the manga convention. I guess that cosplay is part of a subculture.
Yes.
That it's not as prevalent as it can be in other places. Because Spanish people, Spanish culture is very close for some aspects. Like we had a dictatorship not that long ago. So we have been raised as everything is Spanish, and like we're not used to look to outsiders, or like it's changing in my generation or like the generation of my parents, but we still are very influenced by our tradition, and we have a like really close tradition of being Spain. Spain, and we don't have cosplay in Spain because Spain is Spain, but now we are being like starting to like see that subculture grow up. You can see that more on manga conventions, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You also have steampunk in Spain.
Yes, there's a lot of steampunk.
Oh, that's great.
There is a lot of steampunk scenery in Barcelona. I was to like a cosplay convention last year for steampunk. It was really cool because it combined steampunk and Batman. So you could all the characters of Batman, the steampunk style. So
Oh wow! Okay, Gotham City with steam.
yeah, it was like
It's
a
a nice
really
idea.
cool, like we walk around Barcelona in cosplay. Like it was like 30 people, like everyone in cosplay and steampunk style. Pretty cool. So we have some steampunk here. I try to find steampunk authors because I like steampunk.
That's great.
Yeah. We do have a program item about Spanish steampunk during the Eurocon.
Really?
Yes, there is a program book which says "Read me" in 3 languages, Leer-me, and also in Catalan. Now I realize my mistake. It should say "Read me immediately," not when you get home. Yeah. Okay, we're coming towards the end of our short interview, containing all of the best wisdom and information and cultural connection. Does anybody want to ask a question? You want to ask a question? No, you want to tell me it is 5 minutes. Okay. Uigo i obedetko. Yeah, we have 5 minutes left.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, a wonderful anecdote. What is the worst thing that ever went wrong at a science fiction convention?
I can. Yeah, it happened 10 years ago,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I can tell this story. When we organized this Patrick Stewart convention, there was 800 or more, maybe 1,000 people. We sold tickets, a lot of people. We organized in a large cinema, multiple rooms, film projections, and everything. And at the end, we planned to have a raffle. You know, we had a lot of gifts from book publishers, games publishers, and 40 packages. There was only one small error in the machine. That the ticket box, the girls forgot to take the number, you know, the paper containing the number,
Yes.
into a large box, which meant that we was unable to raffle the numbers. There was just empty tickets without numbers, but there was thousands of empty tickets. So we decided to improvise, and I was the random generator. I acted like pulling an empty ticket and tried to figure out a number. And Sándor is tried to separate the packages as small as possible. So it took 1.5 hours to raffle all the things, and I was very frustrated and stressed to try to remember the numbers, because you cannot duplicate the numbers. Yes,
but that is really very clever. To generate random numbers without repeating for 1.5 hours. Now, Hungarians are probably the most intelligent people on the planet. Number one, they speak Hungarian. And then number two, they have invented everything from from nuclear weapons to...
we have good propaganda.
Yeah. Yeah. About 8 years ago, you had a plan to try to run a Eurocon in Budapest.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, which got defeated by 1 vote in Moscow or Kiev or somewhere.
Yeah, we had, but then we decided, after we failed on the voting, we decided that we don't want to do that. Maybe in the future, we'll see. But at the moment, I think Eurocon is not the next step. The next step would be next year in Hungarocon to start some English panels. Because it is, I had a chat with Nina.
Yes.
And also others on Facebook posted that they would like to go to Hungary, to Hungarocon, if there will be
some English. Yeah, for the people from the other parts of Europe.
Yeah, so we can do that. We can talk about European fandom, invite some of the surround countries, and start from here, and then we will see.
Okay, you have a future.
I don't want to organize it. I want to participate in it.
You want to participate, yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, I must stop now. You have a future in store for you of a convention in Budapest with panels in English to give you the excuse to go there, and beautiful Budapest to explore. We're on a guided tour led by Péter Michaleczky, who I did not say that. Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you.
being our guest
Thank
of
you
honor.
inviting me. Yeah.
Okie doke.
Thanks.